So next up is our our monthly savings. So if you recall in one of my previous videos, we choose not to go into our sinking funds every single time we get paid. For us, that's a little laborious, and we are not able to accommodate that process all the time. You see how many binders we have? That takes a little while. So what we do every time we get paid during the month, we stuff what we call our monthly family savings challenge. And what we've done, and I sell these on my Etsy, they'll be up by the time I post this video. We create monthly cards, and each one of them have icons. And on those icons, we denote how much we want that to be worth. So each snowflake is worth, this month, for this case, is $64. If we get all the snowflakes filled in for the month, then that means we've met our goal, which in this month, our goal is $2,300. So we are trying to save up for that month, and then we'll take that $2,300 and allocate it throughout our different sinking funds. Recall I told you I budget for the month in advance. And so in my planner, I know we've gone through and identified how much we want to put from a paycheck to each sinking fund that we've defined for the month. And to make that happen for the month of January, we need to save $2,300 to make everything work according to our plan. And I do air quotes because plans intentionally do not always work out. And so you have to be flexible. So we might not make, a couple expenses came up this month, and we might not make our goal. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, we have saved something more than we would have saved if we weren't doing this. Let's put it that way. So we're always winning. So with that explanation, and I won't explain this every time, but with that explanation, we're going to stuff our monthly challenge for the month with majority of this money and mark off how many of our snowflakes that may be. We got our handy calculator, and I did not calculate that before this video. So we'll do it together. So for me, for this month, we are putting the following amount toward, let me open my folder back up since I showed y'all. We're putting the following amount to our monthly challenge. We are doing $770. So let me get the right denomination. So 1, 2, 300 that way. We're gonna do two 50s. We're gonna do 15 20s. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want enough denominations to be able to fill this the way I want to, our sinking funds the way I want to. So I break up how we're putting the deposit into our monthly savings folder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 goes into our savings. And then 5 10s. So let's get 5 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 5s. 1, 2. And then actually we're going to go back to the 10s, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 additional ones. And then we're going to do 12 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then on the ones front, we are going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. So because we can scoot this back one. We're gonna do this. The 2s and the 1s are gonna go together. So I think we've got all of our money. We're going to count this, obviously, and make sure that we have everything that we need to make our monthly deposit. So hopefully this makes sense. We do ours a little differently, but for us it works because we are super busy with everything that we do day to day, and we want to make sure that we give this the attention that it needs. And so it's very important to both of us that we focus on the savings, and we do it as a family, because at the end of the day, it's an investment we're making in ourselves together, and I love it. Okay, so let's count this pile of money. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 300. 1, 2 for 50, so that makes 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 320s. And now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 400. So that's 100, 800. And we should have $70 coming. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70. Woohoo! $70. So we have $870, which is what I expected and needed and wanted. So we are on our way. So we're going to put this all into our monthly family savings folder. So before I do that, so that's $870. Let's see how much we had in there before. And I keep an extra one here because it gets a little bulky. Okay, let's do it from the back. We're going to close this back up so we have some space. Okay, so 150. Oop, not that much. 150 in 50s. I'm going to take some of this out of my hands. Let's do, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to count that differently. So that would be $220, right? Let's just go with that. So take my word on that, 220. And then on our 10s, we have, and I see they're kind of mixed up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 80. It's an extra 1. I'm sorry. We're going to put that over there. And 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So $80 in 5s. And we have, how many in 2? A lot of 2s. Awesome. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? I'm just kidding. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. And the last bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Actually, I already counted that 18, so take the one away. So 580, which is what we expected. So 580 plus 870 equals 1450. That is how much we've saved so far for the month. And the month is almost over, so we may not make our goal, which is okay. Because at the end of the day, like I said, the fact that we're saving anything is a blessing. And what's all of this, the purpose of all this. So we will film another video when we get to the point where we are ready to cash stuff this into our sinking funds. And we'll do that together. Usually, so I can tell him kind of the start, add to, and the net difference by the time that we add everything together. So let's put the 5s together. And again, we don't keep this in the house at all. We put it in the bank because it earns us nothing in the house, and it's not safe to keep so much money in the house. So we don't do that. We put it all in the bank and take it out when we need it. There's no cost for taking money in and out for us, and so it's safer, wiser, and more prudent and economical because I make money when it's in the bank. So I'm going to clear that out. And like I said, it gets a little bulky because of the different denominations that I want to be able to stuff with later. So it looks like more than it is. And I shove them into these envelopes, and I'll make them all nice and pretty later. But right now we're working with $14.50, which I think is awesome because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's more than we would have saved in a 1 month by just kind of hoping and praying that I put that much aside every month. So let's see. Each snowflake is worth 64, and we want to divide that by $14.50. Oh, hello. $14.50 divided by 64 is $22.65. That's how many snowflakes I can color in based on my denomination breakup. But because I don't want to color half a snowflake, I'm going to round down. So 22 snowflakes is how much we have accommodated in our, accounted for in our monthly savings. So I'm going to take my Sharpies right here and color in, to make sure 22 snowflakes are colored in. So right now I have 9 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Colored in, and so minus 9, I'm going to color in 13 more. So bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have made that much progress on our tracker. How awesome is that? Look, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I am super excited to be doing this because that means when things come around and we want to buy something or we want to go on that trip, none of us, me, husband, family, nobody has to feel guilty about taking money out because we've saved for it. We made the investment in ourselves, and we know that if we're going to take money out of these, we deserve it, right? And we're not taking away from anything else in by doing it. We have a plan for every dollar, and that's what this is accommodating, and I love it. It makes me feel good about ourselves, about our decisions. It is just a good place to be. So if you don't do this, and you don't have to do it with cash, I want to put that out there. You don't have to have these fancy binders. You don't have to even take it out in cash. But you do need to define what your money is meant to do as you earn it. That is the takeaway from all of this. So we'll talk more about that, but just know budgeting doesn't mean you're broke. Budgeting doesn't mean that you can't spend money. Budgeting means that you have defined the purpose for every dollar that you have made, earned, come